Yeah, so shout out, not that many lady directors you see now. You know what I mean? So it's always good to remember a name whenever you can when it comes to lady directors.
I get you. I think, yeah, we need to do a bit of more rom-coms. I mean, there's someone that I really want us to touch on as well called Nancy Myers,
All right.
which is someone that Quentin Tarantino actually hails as one
Oh,
of the best directors out there. Yeah,
okay. Nice.
yeah. Um,
And of
yeah,
course, the Barbie director as well.
yeah.
It's
Greta
great.
Gerwig. I love that woman, man. I
Uh,
love that woman.
I mean, of course, we've talked about Kathy Jenkins already.
Patty Jenkins.
Jenkins as well.
Yes.
Did she do Monster?
I don't know who did Monster. Was that a woman that did Monster?
She didn't do Hurt Lock. Let me see who did Monster. But yeah, Charlize Theron's Monster was definitely.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Okay. I mean, we also have Ava DuVernay.
Renee, yes.
Um, yeah, I think those are the ones that come to mind. I'm sure there are a couple of others that we can think of, but yeah, they're just not coming to mind. I mean, some of them are actresses already. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Don't forget about yeah, but yeah, there's quite a few people. Hurt Locker, of course, she won Best Film.
What did she direct?
Gosh, let me just get the name for Monster. Let me just get the name. Oh yeah, Patty Jenkins did Monster. Yes, that was yeah, Oscar-winning thingamajiggy. Yes, and then Hurt Locker was also a lady director. Um, the one that won the Oscar for Best Film, absolute master. There we go, Catherine Bigelow. Because I keep saying her name and then attaching it to the wrong film. Catherine. There we go.
What did she direct?
Hurt Locker, the Oscar-winning movie. Have you seen this movie?
No.
Dude, there's a scene where they spend like 10 minutes of two snipers, Anthony Mackie and Jeremy Renner, are like trying to snipe a target in an insanely far distance. And they're both sniping at each other. These two are sniping at another pair. And it's just, you just see the dirt accumulate, because in the desert. So sand is accumulating on their bodies, dirt is accumulating on their bodies as they sit there aiming, trying to get the wind right.
Isn't this the movie about the soldiers?
Yes, a soldier film, but it's about Jeremy Renner, who's basically an explosive expert.
Dude, I saw the movie.
Yes. Yep.
We need to do a review about that movie. Ooh, you know, this is one of those movies where I don't know about you, but you know, back in the day when you're just channel hopping on DSTV, and then you just watch a familiar face, you're like, okay, let me just watch, and then it blows your mind. That's one of those movies.
Exactly. That's power. That's star power right there. We used to like stop because someone is there. Yeah. Right. When you go to a cinema and you're like, oh, I don't want to watch. Oh, Will Smith is doing something. Let's go watch that. It doesn't exist anymore, really. It's been cut back pretty dramatically. But yes, you're absolutely right. And this one, you know how Ronin, right? Because I love to talk about the movies we've already discussed. Because those ones we know we've watched them, we paid attention and we watched them. Right. But in Ronin, I talked about the rising tension all the time. But then it kind of cuts off halfway through the movie and becomes a different movie. Now, Hurt Locker, it never turns that thing off, man. It just keeps going from the beginning to the end.
100%. Yeah. It is purely focused on the tension in when you're in the field.
Yeah, because
that's what it's about.
Guys are stressing out. This is obviously wrecking them. More and more and more, Anthony Mackie is hating Jeremy Renner, but he can't say anything, and it just keeps growing and growing, and that's great directing, right?
Yeah, man, that's a movie that we need to do a bookmarking thing. That's a movie that, because you know, you would swear that they didn't work in Avengers already, and the chemistry is crazy.
Yes,
you know, the chemistry is crazy in that movie. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Yes. One more thing, I should talk about the writers as well, because the writers blew my mind a little bit.
Okay.
There's three writers. Three writer credits. Helen Fielding, who has very limited writing credits. Very few movies. Then you get Andrew Davies. Does that name sound familiar?
Who? Anthony Davis.
Andrew Davies.
Andrew Davis, no.
Yeah, it doesn't. But this person has done so many movies. He did all the Bridget Jones movies. So did Helen Fielding. She did all the Bridget Jones movies. She did, and this guy did the Three Musketeers movie with Paul W.S. Anderson, and a Brit series and a few minutes. He has over 90 credits. That's crazy.
Wait. Paul W.S. Anderson, which Three Musketeers movie was that? Is that the one that came out with Orlando Bloom?
The one with Orlando Bloom and blimps for some reason. Yeah, it's a very weird movie. Paul W.S. Anderson is one of the most weirdest directors of all because he did Mortal Kombat, then he did Death Race, and then does a movie like Three Musketeers. This man loves to do weird movies where it's like,
Right.
I'm not even sure what your vision is, but I'm happy to see it. You know what I mean?
I get you. I
can see more Mila Djokovic. I love that woman.
I wouldn't be shocked if he's the one that directed. I know he didn't, but I wouldn't be shocked if he's the one that did Wonka. Because when I saw some scenes in there, I'm like, yo, the overacting here is insane.
That movie, people are laughing at it. People are saying it's good. So I'm curious.
I wonder if it's biased because of Timothy Chalamet or if it's because of Hugh Grant's comic bits. I mean, Hugh Grant is an Oompa Loompa, bro. You know?
It's so weird. It's so weird.
But when I saw some scenes that are so overacting, I'm like, okay, clearly they're bringing back a genre that we haven't seen in a very long time.
All right.
Yeah. So
now, yeah.
So you said the first person is Andrew?
That's Andrew Davis, and the last person is Richard Curtis. Now, this is someone I didn't know I loved until now. He's done Love Actually. It's at a Funeral. About Time, The Boat That Rocked, War Horse, Beam, the animated series, Notting Hill.
What animated series?
Mr. Bean, the animated series. The other Mr. Bean movie too. Notting Hill is here, and he did Blackadder season 4. Like, this man, his name is attached to some of my favorite TV shows of all time.
Wow, it's amazing because some of the projects that he has written have Hugh Grant in them.
Yes.
Notting Hill. You mentioned Notting Hill. You mentioned Love Actually.
Yes.
And you also mentioned there's another one that you mentioned that has Hugh Grant in it. Crazy.
Is he in Four Weddings and a Funeral?
Yeah, Four Weddings and a Funeral. That's Hugh Grant.
That one. Oh.
I haven't seen it. I've seen it. I saw it when I was a kid. I need to watch it.
It is so funny. Even as a kid, I remember laughing my ass off. And just Mr. Bean is in it as well. Rowan Atkinson, yeah.
Wait, who's the other writer?
Andrew Davies, Helen Fielding, who's basically her only writing credits are basically all 3 Bridget Jones Diaries.
Oh, okay.
So that's her baby. And then Andrew Davies and Richard Curtis are the ones that done all these other movies.
I do know that Bridget Jones is based on a book. So I wonder if she's not the one that maybe wrote the book. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably why her credits are so limited. And then she's maybe the author or something. That's a good
one. Just give me a second. Let me just double check here.
Yeah.
Bridget Jones' Diary is a novel by Helen Fielding.
You are right.
Boom! What do you know? Anyway, let's get into it, man. And it's weird, man. As I was doing some research, I'm like, look, at first, I guess you would say that Renee Zellweger is one of those people where you're not sure whether she's British or American, because she has the look of, I don't know how to explain it, but she can blend anyway, basically. Yeah. So there was some backlash, a bit of backlash that an American is going to play a famous fictional character that is British, right?